everything, and this unit of the thing is the podcast record today. So there. Checkmate, atheist.
Checkmate, we're already recording.
Oh my.
Alright.
I just got all of that on tape.
Also, we argue a lot, but it's like always in joking, good fun. But I'm always like, do people think we're actually mad at each other? Like, do we actually sound mad at each other?
Are you okay?
Sorry, I'm running off of very little sleep. No, no, we gotta record. No, it's okay if I'm delirious, that makes for better content, I guess.
Does it?
Yes. Let's do it.
Last time we were all delirious, that episode was terrible.
That was because we ran out of steam. But if you're on like the giddy delirious, like the silly delirious, like the slurred speech. Yeah, actually, there was a part of podcast where your speech was slurred. That time you were asleep during the April Fool's episode.
It's because I was.
I actually noticed your speech slurring as you were talking. It was really funny. You were so exhausted.
Messed up.
I need to make the avatar for that, or sorry, avatar, the thumbnail, and it's just gonna, like I said, it's just gonna be some live action with anime eyes on top.
That's fine. Frank. That's all we need.
That's all we need.
I pretty much have that episode done. I just need to add the commercials, which I already isolated the commercials, so I just need to like literally drag them to where they go.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
And you're not gonna watch any more Preacher until you do that.
No. Okay, you can't just keep adding things to the to-do list before Preacher list. It's not how this works.
The Suez Canal needs to be solved today.
Wasn't it already?
It was solved today.
It was solved today.
Okay, well, you're off the hook this time, Buster.
What? Okay. I think I need to blow my nose. Hold on.
Table-kun is taking damage today.
Yes, I hear it. You make lots of noise, ruining audio clip.
I'm fidgeting. It's me fidgeting. I can't find the spinner.
Fidget quieter.
I can't find the spinner.
I don't know where the spinner is, but the spinner makes too much noise anyway. That's not a.
Oh, he's right here.
You need a non-squeaky stress ball, like just one of those stress balls you can just.
I can't draw
on
the podcast. I won't be able to think.
Do you think anyway? Like, do you normally think? Is that normally a thing you do? Is that like something you're capable of?
Drawing requires thinking.
Yes, because we're totally including this. No.
I'll put it in.
No, you're no.
I'll just add it in the beginning.
No.
This is why I'm not allowed to edit. I will be editing.
You are.
Very
yeah,
soon.
you're right. I'm afraid for that.
I'm gonna leave in every like cough.
Oh no.
I'm gonna just, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take all the.
Oh my goodness! Imagine Eddie just comes back with the audio exactly the same as when we recorded, and he's like, "It's edited," and you're just
It's a 3-hour long.
Like, do you realize how much time I put in? And you just did nothing.
It's a 3-hour long clip because it has all the conversation before and after.
What I would do likely is I would just, every time we like coughed or sneezed, I would just max out the audio at that part.
Oh my god. No, it's like our podcast, but every time we cough, it speeds up.
That's a good. I'm writing that down.
It's like one of those memes. Oh my god. Okay. I know we're not doing like a full podcast necessarily. We're just gonna talk about like what we're watching and see what clips come of it, right? We're doing like a silly clip, like a short clip thing.
Silly.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see what works here and then take like kind of I guess like when we did the Heaven's Official Blessing thing. Like we had several clips there, and we just kind of ended up choosing the one that worked.
Well, let's pretend to start off with, I guess, since we didn't really have any prompts. We could pretend we're doing a podcast and just say what we're watching, like we would normally do.
Are we pretending to do a podcast right now?
Yeah. Ow! Sorry. It was an accident. Also, I dropped my phone.
And then she hit herself.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
I just used my phone as a weapon.
You owe a debt, Buster. You better start. I know the Suez Canal isn't backed up anymore, but you got more to do.
All right. No more fidget. You ruin clip. Every clip ruined by fidget spinner.
No, just leave the fidget in. Just tell them this is a fidget spinner.
No, but like it's fine if it happens briefly, but when it's over every word, it don't work.
This is the fidget spinner.
No, you ruined clip. No.
Ow.
Okay, audience. Every single audio issue that I wasn't able to edit out, you blame on Eddie. You know I'm just gonna spend the time doing my other videos then, probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you do that anyway.
Yeah. Hey.
That's not an accusation. That's what you do.
I actually have been pretty good about like this time's dedicated to podcast, this time's dedicated to. But the issue is that this time's dedicated to podcast just isn't enough time in 2 weeks because I can only dedicate so much time.
I can't do that. I just have to do everything
at once.
All at once.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was doing piano today. It's like screw it. I'll just.
Hey,
do
you were
piano.
doing good job, piano, good job.
I can't play it right now because I'm not near the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you were talking about. What is wrong with Homestuck? You always rant about it. What is?
Yeah, I was playing a Homestuck song. Please don't tell anyone.
Okay.
Hey, what?
Please don't tell anyone.
We're recording. Wait. I'm gonna put this in.
Wait. Homestuck? Like, did you watch read Homestuck?
No, I was playing a Homestuck song because it came up on my Spotify and it sounded cool because Toby Fox makes good music and it's a Toby Fox song. Don't judge me.
You know, there was a huge amount of overlap between the Homestuck and Hitalia fandom.
I know. Where?
But I will say that where I landed in Hitalia fandom was not the group that was into Homestuck specifically. It's that other side of the fandom.
It wasn't the home you were stuck in.
Please don't.
So I was
anymore.
in Hitalia for the history and kind of the play and satire on countries. And I believe Homestuck, a lot of people really were into Homestuck because there was a lot of like relationship fluidity that it actually allowed for, and because of buckets. I'm not even just throwing words out there.
I don't want to know what that is. I every day I know less about Homestuck, the better.
Okay, well I'm gonna tell anyways because now
we're including this in the podcast.
That you're
the number one Homestuck fan. You're learning the music because it's your religion. You have a shrine dedicated.
Don't tag this to Homestuck. I'm warning you.
I'm gonna tag this Homestuck. Homestuck VR. Homestuck music, Homestuck fandom, Homestuck cosplay, Homestuck convention,
I'm serious, honey.
Stuck in Homestuck.
I'm serious.
Every tag is gonna be Homestuck.
I am serious.
Oh my god. But going back to the bucket. So
wait, hold on. Before you go back to the bucket.
Please don't explain the bucket.
Wait. No.
No, honey, I'm telling you, this is dangerous. This is a dangerous activity. We are consciously
Just describe
here.
The bucket, then I'll go back.
Please don't.
I want to bully Eddie. Describe the bucket.
If you like Homestuck, you scare me.
It's okay. I don't think we're gonna keep this in because
good.
The Brodies will come for us.
Oh god. But so the bucket, okay? So basically, with the alien creatures that exist in Homestuck, they have so you know how reproduction works differently for different species. So for these specific creatures, it involves a bucket where they put their genetic material, I think it's their spit or something, into this bucket, and then that's how they go and create new alien creatures. So they freak out when they see buckets. They're like, "Oh my god, why are you so dirty?" or whatever. Yeah. So that basically means that it also opens up the door that there can be a lot of different possibilities for relationships because it's not based on gender or anything like that. It's based on a bucket.
All right.
This is what you get for asking.
All right. I mean, it was kind of in the same vein as I expected, but yeah.
I didn't realize that you were aware of Homestuck fandom things.
Member of the Hitalia fandom, you become aware of the Homestuck fandom.
Okay.
I had a friend that I actually made fan art for, or I guess it was fan art. Jeez, so weird. So it was her birthday, and so we were making stuff for her. So I made a picture that because there was this history between let me go back. So she was in both his Homestuck and the Hitalia fandom. Mm-hmm. And the Homestuck and Hitalia fandom, because she was involved with both, she kind of told me a bit of their history. So apparently a lot of people from the Hitalia fandom moved over to the Homestuck fandom. And generally there was also a lot of like bad vibes between the two fandoms because like people were switching over and stuff like that. But then they were like, no, let's make love, not war. So then they started. Oh, this is so fandom. They started making, I guess, like fan art with like the creator of Hitalia with the creator of Homestuck. So the drawing that I did for my friend was a play on that.
Aw, that's kind of wholesome though, because basically people are being toxic, going, "You can only be in one fandom?" ? And then people go, "No, look, these fandoms they hug."
The creators.
Yeah, exactly.
But I can't even imagine. I don't know if the Hitalia creator ever knew that this happened because, you know, most likely he's more familiar with like the Japanese side of his fan base. But I have the feeling the Homestuck creator was very aware of a lot of the things that were going on around him. He was a big fan of the voice actor of Zuko, actually. And so there was a time where he put a banner, because I think he found out that the creator, or sorry, that the person that played Zuko in Avatar: The Last Airbender, he actually read Homestuck. So he put up a banner on the site saying, "Hello! Thank you for reading!" I forget the guy's name, but he had his name there for a while. Just so, yeah, that's kind of wholesome.
That is kind of wholesome. Also, I want to amend something I said. The shipping of the fandoms is wholesome. I suppose if it's very, very innocent, showing like the creators being friendly bros is fine, but shipping real people isn't cool. All right? I want to clarify that. Shipping real people is creepy.
I'm not even really in that part of the realm, but I have plenty of friends that are, and they,
Yeah. Like some VTubers, they kind of like make a gag out of like, oh, we're a couple, not really, ha ha ha. So I think that's fine when they're kind of part of in on the joke, I guess. Like Kiara and what's her name, Calliope. But yeah, generally speaking though, real people, no shippy, no.
But
all right.
But they look cute together.
Don't do it.
Bam. All right, we did that topic.
Together.
Bah, bah, bah.
What?
Bah, bah.
What?
Nothing. I'm having a stroke.
Are you okay? Hey everyone, welcome to the A.N.I.M.E podcast.
Hello from the A.N.I.M.E. I'm muted.
Yes.
Today we're here to talk about anime.
Oh no, not again.
What anime are you watching?
That is a terrible. We didn't even do the anagram this time.
Bleh. Now did. She said it stands for I-N-I-M-E, and then she stopped because none of our brains work.
That's not what she said. That is not at all what she said.
That is
what did you say?
You expect me to remember what I said a minute ago?
Stop crinkling things.
Now, do you have an anagram, or should we just skip it?
We don't need an
let's
anagram.
Let's see. Actually, not in my Europe.
That's amazing. What do we want to talk? All right, welcome to the A.N.I.M.E podcast, attempt number 74,000 and fruit. That's a number. Today, my friends and fellow squirrels, we are here to talk about anime.
Honey, you gotta lay off the whiskey.
I am completely sober. I'm just very delirious.
You smell like a bar.
I got no sleep.
Stop
I
chugging.
smell like zero bar because I am uncharged.
Give me that whiskey. Stop drinking it. Stop it.
Chug.
You can't do this podcast drunk.
This is a rated G podcast. We have no drug or alcohol references. You banned. Get out of here.
You're right. We probably.
Alcohol is a drug, so you're just being redundant by saying no drugs or alcohol.
Exactly.
All right, you banned too.
Stop drinking all that water, honey. You are obviously incapacitated.
That water that looks.
Water.
Oh
that water from Russia.
Hello and welcome to the A.N.I.M.E podcast. I am not delirious. I am very coherent, and we are going to talk about anime today.
You sound almost like a real person.
Almost? That's close. All right. What are you watching, Eddie? What anime are you watching?
Hi. Speaking of real people, has anyone actually seen anything about the new isekai that's hitting the nation? Called I'm a Spider, So What? Anyone? No? Anyone? Anyone here? Hello?
So what?
Have you, Whimsy?
What about it?
No, I'm asking you if you guys have heard about it.
Yeah, so what?
I mean,
So she's a spider, so what?
No.
So what? I am a rock star. I can't remember the rest of the lyrics of that song.
Continuing on, there's been a lot of people talking about this isekai, and I'm very curious about it too because I started watching it and actually completed the first season at the moment, and I really liked a lot of things I was seeing. So have either of you seen or heard anything about this show?
Yeah. So the show is where she's a spider. So.
Now, do you have anything productive to say in this conversation?
Yeah. So my understanding about the show is that she's a spider. So...
So does anyone else have any shows you want to talk about?
Who else? Oh, I thought you meant like the fourth person that doesn't exist. Tell us about it, honey. So we can make this a usable clip. Come on.
No.
Okay, so my understanding is that it is an isekai series that actually does an excellent job of describing the more technical and intricate aspects of how you would become a spider and then live as a spider. And then, so go on. Elaborate.
Wait, what?
That was my actual interpretation of something Giguk said. So
Have like your own opinion, or
I haven't watched it. Okay, you know what? Here's my opinion. Eddie immediately dismissed the show as trash. Was like, why? What's up with the spider isekai? I hate it. And then he's like, I refuse to watch it, right? Then he watches it, and the next day he's like, spider isekai, spider isekai, spider isekai, spider isekai, and he's all like, on the train. So defend yourself. Explain.
Defend what? I'm asking.
Your stance that it is a good series.
Anime.
Obviously. I just mentioned hearing Giguk talk about it.
What would it be? Now.
She becomes a spider. So ah!
Now, have you heard anything about this show?
I just recall, so besides that it's good and that she's a spider, so the thing I remember is that I think it was Eye Patch Wolf had done a video maybe a year ago or something where he discussed which isekai light novels he thought might end up being adapted into animes, and he included this I Am a Spider, So What on the list specifically. I hope I'm remembering that correctly. But yeah, so like I had heard about the series before I think the anime got announced, and the title was just so interesting to me that it stuck. But to your point, actually Eddie wasn't the one that said it. To M-chan's point about Eddie, or to Whimsy's point about Eddie, I do really like those shows that you're like, wow, this is so stupid, there's no way I'm gonna like it. And then you watch it and you're like, oh, I guess I have changed gods.
You must
Eddie now
your mind.
Mm-hmm. Eddie now worships the spider god. So
I do worship the spider god, and you all should too. You all should be very terrified of this spider god.
So what?
I'm gonna cut out every "so what" you ever say. I'm just gonna leave silence. I'm just gonna like a
then
really
this
awkward
entire
silence.
video will be Stop crinkle! Stop crinkle noise!
No.
Hey,
you know what? You know what? Eddie agreed to edit this, so he'll have to deal with it.
Should we record today?
This is us recording. Talk more about Spider, so that this is a usable clip. It is time, weebs and gentlemen, for another commercial.
I Am Now a Spider Isekai follows the adventures of a high school girl who is a bit of a NEET, who, after she wakes up alongside a lot of her classmates, she realizes that she is now a spider, having hatched from an egg, and that all of her brothers and sisters, who are also spiders, are just eating each other alive. Just absolute buffet going on. And she's like, "Oh, this is gross. I'm getting out of here." And spiders away. And then realizes that, "Oh no, all the web I made requires that I eat. But the only thing that I can eat is my brothers and sisters in spiders." So there's a very sad decision that's made as she walks up to a group of her brothers and sisters eating another. She takes a bite and immediately is like, "This is gross. I hate this." Which is a continuing theme in the anime. There are a lot of different times where like really strange level up systems are interesting. The fact that the main character has to like physically describe how something tastes because she is actually eating it, is a really nice little aspect they threw in with the show. For a lot of the parts of the series, she eats bugs because it's what she can hunt and kill reliably. And they're all really gross. And I feel like it's a very nice little source of progression when she actually kills something that's actually tasty. I feel like even so, if like it was only a specific character interaction of like the main character being like, "Finally, this tastes like actual food," um, it's something even the audience can like identify with. Of like, "Oh, this is really satisfying now that we've reached this point of progression in the story."
So I have two thoughts. Was that the title of the show should have been "So I'm a Cannibal." So okay, that's the first point.
Actually, that's one of her skills, I believe. It's called Cannibal. I think it's also called Heretic.
See, I called it.
I think it's also called User of Heretic Magic.
And then my other point
I think she also gets a skill called Enemy of God.
Are you saying that is this a food anime?
Yes, it kind of is.
Okay.
But like if all the food was like alive and you had to stab it kind of deal. And actually, I really like the progression of the story. You would think it would focus solely on her as like a lot of the isekais do in terms of like, oh, it's all about the main character. But actually, they go in along the lines of storytelling regarding her fellow classmates and what they're doing in the isekai world. As far as they've described, really interesting thought so far has been like all of the ways in which they experience time are kind of different in terms of they all had to be born and grow up in this world. So they're very aware of like a lot of different societal things, different like systemic things that they have to work with in order to like live in this isekai world because they've spent so much time with it. And they always like contrast the fact that like all these people are in school and some of them are very similar to Spider-chan in that they actually were reincarnated as animals or monsters. But I feel like it's always really contrasted against the fact that Spider-chan is not, as you can tell, eating her brothers and sisters isn't a very pleasant way of starting an adventure. And she realizes very quickly that she is like in the middle of like an endgame dungeon where she has to constantly fight for her life every single day, whereas like her fellow classmates are off in magic school learning and eating and partying and enjoying themselves.
I guess like the anime that comes to mind that this series reminds me of is kind of like that time I was reincarnated as a slime, but with what you're talking about, like, people starting off with better luck, that reminds me of Rising of the Shield Hero. Do you feel like, I don't know, well, what shows do you think of when you're watching the anime?
I was actually talking to Whimsy about this too when I was watching the show. It did remind me in a lot of aspects of that time I was reincarnated as a slime, especially in terms of like the narrator kind of being this person in some cases and kind of being like this, just very this very like computer interaction with the main character of like, oh, you do this thing now has happened. And I believe in Reincarnated as a Slime, he calls it there. It's called the Sage skill, and it's something very.
I think
similar.
that's right.
Yeah, and it's something very similar in the Spider-Chan anime, which is I believe it's Administrator, is the narrator for those like various skill descriptions or events in the show. And I feel like another aspect that really drew me in with Spider Anime 2 is that I feel like in Reincarnated as a Slime, they kind of plays along the lines of the Sage just being a part of the main character. They make it very clear in Spider-Chan anime that the administrator both has a direct goal in interacting with Spider-Chan, and that they may in some part be malicious. And I feel like that was a very interesting take on that idea.
Oh, so maybe Spider will take over the world. So
Spider become an old god, or a new god, I should say.
Maybe.
Or Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
Yeah, where's that crossover? Huh?
I don't know, but we've been teased a couple of times in the Spider-Chan anime that she eventually gets or evolves into a human-like creature, so...
But then it's not so I'm a spider, so it's so I'm a spider-human, so change the title.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Do you know how many animes have Spider-Women in them?
You know what? That's false advertising.
Soul Eater.
Not false advertising.
That's not good.
Soul Eater has a Spider-Woman in it.
Okay, but it's not titled so I'm a raccoon woman, so and then about a spider woman.
But she's still a spider.
But they still eat souls. It's not false advertising.
I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Isn't it false advertising?
I don't know what this argument is that I'm making.
You're a podcaster?
Yes.
That weird podcasters?
I'm so tired today that I can't hold a conversation. I should have had coffee, like more coffee.
Why did you drink a Coke?
Okay, anyway, so she's a spider. Continue. It was good analysis, honey. Good job.
Well, thank you for your review of
summary.
my description.
10 out of 10.